There is another issue with AI that is grossly missing from the conversations that we're having, that go beyond the job losses, that go beyond the moral and ethical issues, that go beyond the environmental concerns. Years ago, there was a film that I watched called The Surrogate, starring Bruce Willis. And so in this film, humanity has abdicated their day-to-day mundane tasks to surrogates. And these are human-looking robots that take the place of the things that humanity does not want to do. Often what is rooted in fiction also shows up in our reality. No, we do not have robots walking around looking like humans, but we do have something similar, something that is taking over the cognitive abilities of humanity. And that's what's known as AI, or artificial intelligence. Unless you've been disconnected from the world, you know about AI in some form. Some are considered experts at what AI can do, and others are deeply fearful and have avoided AI altogether. No matter where you are on the AI spectrum, artificial intelligence is here to stay, and it is one of the most rapid advancements that I've seen in all the years that I've been involved in tech. I coded my very first program in 1988 in my grade 10 class, that rocket ship that goes up from the bottom of the screen to the top. In 94, I got my first email address. I had no one to email except the network admin at my university. By 1998, I launched my first website, and I got a lot of press and a lot of media about that because in the late 90s, it was a big deal to code and then launch a website. After that, I spent a number of years working in tech, first at a software development company as a project manager, and then I launched my own digital marketing agency and ran that for a number of years. So even though today I am now a licensed therapist and a coach, I still love to see what's happening in innovations in technology. And of course, AI has got my attention. A simple definition for AI is this: the ability for machines to do the tasks that humans normally do. And in particular, the tasks that AI are replicating right now is that of cognitive tasks that humans usually do. And so when you hear that, I can deeply understand why there's so much fear about what AI is doing. Every day we see information about the AI apocalypse, taking away jobs and allowing people to launch misinformation campaigns using false data. AI also tends to give very general information that is too broad to be of much use. I've noticed that sometimes AI hallucinates and will give things that I didn't even ask for. There are also moral, ethical, and environmental concerns that people have raised about what AI is doing. I can list so many different things that people have reported, and of course, you may have some of those ideas yourself. But what if AI is waiting for someone like you, who is moral, who is ethical, who has integrity? What if AI is waiting for people like you and I, who can see things through a decolonized lens using an intersectional approach? And after using AI for several months and getting the results that I've been getting, the one thing that's missing is you, your approach, your perspective, your worldview. AI has been trained on a lot of data. And just like algorithms have a bias, so too does AI. So AI can only give us the information that we've fed it over all these decades. And unfortunately, that information has a particular bias that comes out in the results that it gives back to us based on the prompts that we input. In other words, AI has been trained on a settler colonial perspective. And I often like to say that a colonized mind socialized in a colonized way can only provide information that is colonized. In other words, there's room for perspectives that take us beyond this dominant culture approach. And AI is waiting for you. So whether you look at AI as a way to help you in your day-to-day tasks, or whether you're someone who says, you know what, I want to get involved with legislation and inspire our politicians to pass bills to put up guardrails, there is space for you in this new world of AI. Even on hiking trails, there are guardrails. There are things that are there to protect hikers from injury and death. Think of AI as the same thing. Right now, there are no guardrails in place. People are using AI for multiple different reasons, and some of it is not good. So in what way can you contribute your skills to help inspire those guardrails? If you are a coach, a speaker, or some other knowledge worker, you can use AI to pour in your specialized content. Of course, you'll need to read the terms of service and use a platform that doesn't use your data to train its model. Be sure to do your research before using an AI model. But the possibilities are endless. If people are going to AI tools right now in order to get content, and it's boring, it's pedestrian, it's parochial, it's provincial, then imagine if you can upload your specialized data, all the podcasts you've ever been on, all the videos you've ever recorded, all the articles you've ever written, load that into an AI bot or an assistant, and be able to sell access to that specialized knowledge. And now people get an approach that isn't colonized, that isn't based on the dominant culture's perspective, and instead gets your ideas through your lens. And my message to you is simply this, that there's room for you in the AI world. It needs you if you are environmentally conscious. It needs you if you have a moral and ethical bone in your body. It needs you if you're thinking about social justice. AI needs us, those of us who take on a culturally responsive and socially just perspective on technology. You don't have to know the ins and outs behind the technology that runs AI. Instead, my call to you is to look at AI and ask yourself, whose perspective is missing? And how can you add yours? That's the call I have for you. And so in our community in the Basecamp, we are exploring the ethical use of AI. Members in the Basecamp get journaling and doodling prompts to help them to go deep into understanding their own perspective on AI. We also come together and support each other in community through conversations and through events that we do inside the Basecamp so that we can continue to be in community with each other as we explore this topic. If that's something you want to do, if you want to be inspired and to access your inner world around this very enlightened topic, then head on over to innerfieldtrip.com and go to become a member and look at becoming a member inside the Basecamp. Of course, you can explore this topic on your own, and you can certainly use AI to generate your own prompts. Just remember that those prompts will be generic in nature, and you'll lose the aspect of gaining an exploration of this topic through a decolonized lens. Whatever you do, just note that while AI can seem scary at first, so too were other technology advances that over the past. Websites were said to kill the newspaper. Podcasts were said to usher in the demise of radio. Banner ads were seen as something that will take down the advertising world. None of that has happened. What has happened instead is that new technological advances have disrupted existing industries, but has never replaced it. And the same thing with AI. AI is disruptive, but ultimately it can never replace humanity. Trek bravely.